See, Turek, your mind, it is like a gun. And you want to load it up with little itty bitty bullets of knowledge.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode. It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra, and we about to get into the energies for the week. All right, I want to keep you guys updated on the astrological forecast we have in store for the week of December 27th to January 2nd. It's a lot going on in this week. It's some settled energies in the week, but we also got the full moon in Cancer popping up this week. All right. And we're going to have a couple alignments the moon is going to be making, that the moon is always going to be shifting and creating during the week that we want to be aware of. All right, so let's get right into it. December 27th, Sunday, Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Gemini. Okay, when the moon is in Gemini, we want to be reacting and responding. We're going to have the influence to react and respond to our relationships, communicating more, being a bit sociable, more relatable. All right, more relatable at the moment. You see how I put that extra T in it? All right, it's time to put more pep in your step with making sure you're, using your mouthpiece to what? Communicate, network, and associate the things that you're working on, because the sun is in Capricorn. So the moon is how you feel, the sun is your actions, the moon is what you're reacting to, the sun is what you're taking action on. All right, the moon is how you feel, the sun is what you're consciously aware of. So the more we could utilize our forms of our relationships or forms of relatability, gotta emphasize that T again, relatability, okay, in order to utilize our relationships to connect the things we're working on, connect our aspirations, okay, connect our creative attributes. These are the things that we want to make sure we're in alignment with, okay. Want to make sure with the moon in Gemini, sun in Capricorn, that you're not over expressing, over yapping the things that you're working on, your social status, how you want to be broadcasted to the world, how you think you're seen on social media, things you want to do on social media. Boom, boom, boom. This is a good influence for that. This is a good influence for that. All right, so we want to be careful of that with the sun in Cap, moon in Gemini, moving into Sunday to start the week. All right, we're also going to have the sun starting to trine Uranus. All right, the sun is going to start to trine Uranus December 27th on Sunday. When we have the sun aligning in a trine aspect with Uranus, Uranus represents transformation. All right, individuality can be a very erratic energy. Okay, but it's a lot of, whenever energies align with Uranus, these energies are always going to be influenced to either be impulsive or transformative, or shoot out their individuality in some type of shape or form. So with the sun aligning with Uranus, we're going to have the sun in Capricorn, Uranus in Taurus. So for the most part, we're going to gain an awareness. The sun, we're going to be able to see ways where we could be more individual, but the sun also represents action, what we influence to take action on. So not only what we see, so we're going to be seeing these things, and we will have a very strong, intense feeling to, dive headfirst into things, individually, impulsively express ourselves. And we have to be very wise if we're doing this in a reasonable time and place. Okay, actions can be very impulsive with this type of alignment, but at the same time, this energy can be utilized for your individuality to be seen in certain situations where it hasn't been seen, in certain situations where it may have been overlooked. Relationships, career, place, family environment, individuality is going to be mother flipping seen with this alignment. So make sure that's being pushed out in the right areas. And we also going to feel an alignment to feel energies where we have to have a power. We're going to be potentially dealing with power and control issues when it comes to how we express ourselves. So feeling like we need to have our expression received a certain way, and we could be a little authoritative doing these things. So we gotta be aware of that energy to start the week. Now moving into Monday, December 28th, we're gonna have the moon in Gemini sextiling Mars in Aries. Okay, so for the most part, the moon is gonna be in Gemini all day. On the 28th, we're gonna continue to deal with this influence. But when we talk about sextiles, we know Gemini, Aries sextile each other. Fire needs air to travel. Okay, so fire and air signs be getting along. Fires be all creative, inspired, having ideas to do things spontaneous. Air signs be like, all right, bet, let's go. Aries be around the Gemini. Aries like being around the Gemini because they don't feel no form of restriction, limitations, boundaries around the Gemini. aka Saturn energy. Aries don't like dealing with that Saturn energy. Don't like dealing with patience and time and slowing up and being TD. Nah, let's just go. And Geminis be on go. So for the most part, this energy sextile each other. Aries and Gemini energy align. It could clash, and every energy could clash, but by natural compatibility with the 60-degree angle, the sextile, you know, the Gemini energy can look at the Aries energy as real inspirational, as the Aries can look at the Gemini energy as having some form of maybe intellect, not too much intellect. You can't throw too much intellect, you know, at the fire signs. They don't like too much of that, but for the most part can help it detail things with its creativity and help it flow more, help it connect its creativity more in some type of shape or form. So when we look at this type of alignment happening on Monday, understand with the moon in Gemini sextile and the Mars, this is we all gonna have the ability to communicate, network, all right, use our mouthpiece once again, but have an emphasis of, you know, curating our passions, our goals, connect, you know, embrace, what's the right word? This is Libras, have 1,000 words in our head. I was gonna say embracing, cultivating, but yeah, more so developing or attracting situations, because the moon is dealing with attraction, what we receive, but attracting situations where we're going to be able to connect our passions, goals, the things that we're placing a lot of emotional intention on, Mars, okay, the things we're passionate about. These things, we're going to manifest situations to connect with others, to pick up more information, to learn more. Gemini, this is why we want to embrace the connectivity and the relating energy when the moon is in Gemini or air signs, because what could be picked up from it, information, air. All right, so make sure you go out there, exchange a little information you got with somebody, see what might be exchanges, mutable areas, back and forth. All right, you water my mind, I water yours. Okay, and we keep it pushing. So for the most part, we're gonna have the emphasis to do this with our passions, goals, and desires. But we also gonna have the ability to be aggressive, or we're gonna have the influence, I should say, to do these things aggressively as far as relating and connecting the things that we're passionate about, our goals, what we're working on, what we're trying to structure, the things we've set intentions on with Mars and Aries. Okay, we've been giving birth to a whole lot of new passions with Mars and Aries. So with this alignment, be careful here not to be too impulsive and aggressive with what you got going on as well too. This energy, Gemini, Aries alignments, whether you a Gemini moon, Aries sun, or Gemini sun, Aries moon, this alignment can play out super extreme impulsive energies with how they express themselves and how they take action on things, and then they often have to look back and reflect on what they did to, you know, gain some you know, spiritual clarity about their experiences. But for the most part, this is the energy we're going to be dealing with. So utilize this ability to connect and develop and build more so on your passions, goals, okay, and the things that, you know, inspire you and motivate you in the morning, aka that Mars energy. But also be wise at how you push these energies out and making sure you staying in that mutable alignment, that exchange. Be an active listener with the moon in Gemini, okay, because you're going to be influenced to talk. You're going to be influenced to relate. So make sure you're playing both, you know, both sides of the swing. So when we talk about December 29th, Tuesday, all we got going on Tuesday, we're going to have the moon moving into Cancer. Full moon in Cancer. That's all we got going on, all right? So the moon is going to slide up in there, 5:29 Eastern. When we talk about the full moon in Cancer, full moons are times of releasing, detachment. These are times where emotions are high, the vibration of the world is very high, and it could create a lot of transformative moments, a lot of chaotic, catastrophic moments, a lot of crisis moments. Full moon, the vibe is very high, so you need to be very wise about how you react and respond. And guess what? It's going to have a stronger emotional emphasis in this full moon. Why? Because it's in Cancer, aka its home place, the place where it's comfortable in connecting to people, places, and things they care about, the family environment, the place where it's comfortable dealing with his emotions, the heart chakra area. So with the moon being in there, yeah, if we not feeling comfortable within our home environment, we not feeling comfortable, keyword comfortable, amongst the people, places, and things that we care about, we will be influenced to show our ass with the moon transiting the full moon in Cancer. It's going to be heavy emotion in the way we feel like expressing ourselves. The moon, Cancer, ruled by the moon. So what's the emphasis of the moon? Emotional well-being, reaction, responding. So we will have a heavy influence to want to react and respond based on us not just being uncomfortable about certain state in our relationship, being uncomfortable with where we at with certain passions, goals that we have, personal pursuits, and how we might push that out to other people in certain type of shape or form. but we all want to use this to be able to connect to the people, places, and things, and care about and look at it from a more emotionally intelligent point of view. Want to be aware of where our emotions and where we've been attached and connecting to make sense of how we're going to navigate that, to make sense of how we bring structure into the home. Cancer is the water sign coming out the 4th house, dealing with family, structure, nurture. We got the sun opposite. Full moons, the sun and moon going to be opposite. So the sun is in Capricorn, making us pay attention to structure, and the full moon is in Cancer. So we got to learn to make this axis give and receive. We got to make sure this opposite axis has something to teach each other. AKA, what type of structure are we paying attention to with the sun in Capricorn that we can align within our home environment with the people, places, and things? And how do the people, places, and things that we care about, complement or affect or align with what we're paying attention to build, with the new reality we're trying to structure, that we're all being influenced to build with all these new Capricorn, Aquarius, Saturn like alignments we're dealing with. So it's a heavy energy, but I will have a separate video on the full moon in Cancer before we get to that energy, and I'll be going live on the energy transiting the houses. Okay, so moon moves into Cancer on Tuesday. December 30th, we just go ahead, we filling them energies out, whatnot. Then when we get into December 31st, Thursday, the moon is going to be squaring Mars in Aries. All right, we got the 2 cardinal signs, cardinal water, cardinal fire, 2 leader signs, 2 initiate like signs, two signs that can be aggressive with how they feel about things. So with the moon being in Cancer and Mars being in Aries, understand that these are 2 signs in their home states. The moon is home in Cancer. Mars is home in the 1st house. So right now, this week, is a huge potential for our personal ways of feeling to clash with the external realm. Not so much external realm. And actually, I can say that because it's going to be opposite the sun in Capricorn. So I can say that. The moon's going to be opposite the sun in Capricorn. So it can play out the way, the way we feel clashing with, what we building and connecting to in the external realm. Because Capricorn is the 10th house. That's the external realm. That's the midheaven. That's the highest point of the chart. But Mars in Aries represents your personal passions. Is what the intentions that you set personally with Mars and Aries. Cancer is the home environment, the home within us, how we feel, our emotional well-being, how we deal with, receiving certain feelings, how we process that. So it's gonna be a uncomfortable energy here, because it's gonna be us also learning how to react and respond to certain things that frustrate us this week. It's going to be things that truly frustrate us, some people, places, and things that frustrate us, and we may just be in a position where we have to learn to nip that in the bud to become comfortable. We have to be very wise how we go about doing these things, though. When these influences come, we have to be very wise about how we do these things, because it's a full moon in Cancer. This is not the time to be overdoing it because you feel a certain way. And this alignment with this square to Mars will fire up the emotions even more. It will give you more of an initiative to push that emotion out, to push that passion out, to push that frustration out. That's why I say we want to be, we want to be emotionally intelligent, emotionally aware of what's frustrating us. Because if something is truly frustrating you at the moment with this alignment, instead of you being in more of a positive frequency vibration of this energy, aka feeling motivated, feeling inspired, that's the energy you want to be in. That's the energy that you're going to be in positive alignment when the moon squares, Mars on Thursday. Are you feeling inspired, motivated? Are you feeling connected to your passions, goals, and desires? Or are you frustrated because you're feeling uncomfortable with certain situations in your life that you truly care about? And if you are, it's okay. It's all right. Universe is just influencing you to pay more attention to that and make sure you align your emotional intent more wisely with your passions, with your goals, with your desires. We got this much time left until Mars gets into Taurus. I believe January 6th, I believe. But yeah, I believe the week after this week. But we'll get there when we get there. Okay, we never want to jump too far ahead of energies. We want to take it week by week, moon transit by moon transit. So that's the energy we're going to be dealing with the moon square Mars and Aries. on Thursday. Then when we move into Friday, we're gonna have Mercury and Capricorn sextiling Neptune and Pisces. Sextiling, 60-degree alignment, harmonious, positive alignment. These two energies are complementing each other, have the ability to complement each other in what they're doing in their own perspective. Okay, we can also view this alignment as a gift. So on Friday, when Mercury, how we think, how we break down the details, organize our thoughts, communicate to others, all right? Huge emphasis. I had all these love I threw all these love tracks on my my YouTube background playlist when I was doing my Venus and Sagittarius live. But so yeah, guys, when Mercury, that energy that deals with how we critically think, organize our thoughts, and communicate to others, sextile Neptune, our dreams, fantasies, and imagination. You know, when we look at these two energies, you know, Neptune is a real subconscious, once again, spiritual energy. Detach that shit from the external realm. Like, this is Neptune is dealing with is out there. It's dealing with how we tap into the esoteric realm. It's dealing with how we tap into more intuitive energies. All right. So with this sextile, Mercury is going to be analyzing and trying to see the detail and observe our imagination some more. The imagination gonna be on the mind, period. Now, this sextile can create illusions. We can be in the head in our imagination because Mercury is your mind. So when you look at your chart, depending on where Mercury is at, that's where your mind be at, what your mind be on. The house Mercury is in, your mind by default stay in that area of life. The sign your Mercury is in, that's by default the energy that your mind be on as well. And the temperament, the way you think and communicate and process your thoughts deals with. So with this energy, we can be really critical of our subconscious, real critical of our dreams. Leading into this weekend, we could be in a state, we all gonna be influenced with some heavy ass emotion with this full cap moon. All right, we all gonna be influenced with some heavy emotion with this shit. And then with Mercury, sextile, and Neptune, we're gonna have the gift to be able to analyze and observe our subconscious, our imaginations. I said imaginations. Imagination, and basically how we're able to cultivate these things, make sense of our imagination, our subconscious, our creative attributes, thinking about the feelings and emotions a lot. Neptune, we could correlate that energy to how we feel a bit, okay? But for the most part, because it is dealing with the subconscious. However, you know, it's gonna help us bring awareness to a lot of things dealing with our creative attributes. It's gonna help bring awareness to a lot of things dealing with our aspirations and our beliefs and things in our experiences. Just be careful that you are able to continue to be sturdy with your thoughts right now, because Mercury is in Capricorn, and the theme of Mercury in Capricorn is, you know, being more practical, being more sober with your thoughts, being more grounded, more leveled with your thoughts, being able to make more, you know, sturdier decisions, more practical, effective decisions in your life that's correlating to the reality of your relationship, family, your career, your goals. So don't let Mercury and Neptune just go in la la land, because Neptune will take Mercury there. Neptune, that's where Neptune lives. So, and Neptune's in Pisces right now. Neptune is home. So Neptune is in the subconscious right now. We're in the ship. Just Neptune being in the Pisces this whole generation right now. Not this whole generation, but the whole world right now. We all connecting to more subconscious energies by default with Neptune and Pisces. So that's a transformative energy. That's an energy that's transforming a whole lot of shit on its own. But generational planets are going to do that over time because they stay in signs over time. However, you know, hold on, my camera about to die. So, yeah, don't let Neptune, because Mercury like the little nephew, little curious nephew, Jupiter, Neptune like grandma, spiritual grandma. When Neptune come around, just makes the Neptune bed all made, bedroom, got his toys, games, and everything set up in the room, is all cozy. Grandma telling the most fire creative bedtime stories. Neptune Mercury staying up past his bedtime. Grandma, you know, grandma's a little be spoiling Neptune, Mercury a little too much. So Mercury could get a little drift off from the reality of the things that we want to be making sure that we're paying breaking down critically with Mercury and Capricorn. But it's gonna super stimulate and inspire how we think about these goals, how we think about the things that we're working on this season. So strong, powerful alignment that we want to utilize, but we gotta know the both sides of the spectrum. Sextile, opposition, square. We always gotta know both spectrums. All right, so that was the Mercury sextile Neptune alignment was on Friday. However, when I was talking about Thursday, talking about the moon squaring Mars, the moon is going to be in Cancer squaring Mars, but it's entering Leo as well on Thursday. So let's keep that in mind. It's entering Leo as well. So when the moon enters Leo, now we're going from react and respond to that full moon energy, high emotion. Now we going right into a more expression energy. Because I ain't going to say Cancer's expression energy, but we're going to be influenced to express our emotions. So right after that high-ass temperament, we going right into moon and Leo. Reacting and responding to how we feel and see about things. All right? The positive alignment is more so being in a state of connecting and diving into the things that make you feel good, the things that having fun, all right? Aligning your creativity and the things that you're working on, structuring on, connecting the creative open minds, all right? Diving into your forms of entertainment in a wisely, timely fashion. But for the most part, that full moon energy gonna linger into the moon and Leo. It just don't stop there. That vibration gonna linger a bit. So we may be in influence to really want to put our emotions on the stage going into Leo. That the moon and Leo energy is putting your emotions on the stage, period. So just with the Cancer energy, that cardinal water energy lingering in, we want to be aware of how we feel like expressing our emotion or you know, making sure our emotions being seen. Now, so we spoke about Mercury, sextile, and Neptune in Pisces, and then on Saturday, the moon's gonna trine Mars. So when we talk about trines, same sign element, positive alignment. So we got the moon in Leo, fire sign, fixed fire. We got Mars in cardinal fire in Aries. So we're really gonna be in a state of feeling motivated and inspired to express our creative attributes. We're gonna attract opportunities for how our passions, to find ways to align what we're passionate about with more creativity, to find ways to gravitate attention to the things we're passionate about. All right. Fire is dealing with expression, being seen. Light, okay, heat. All right. So it's gonna be a real motivating, a lot of influences that's gonna bring some motivation and inspiration. But definitely when we get into the weekend, next weekend, it's really gonna be a state of trying to cultivate ways for your expression to be seen, and you're gonna be setting passionate intentions on these things. Be careful how expressive you are when you're relating to others, communicating to others, you know, in your relationship, when you're dealing with others, you know, you care about, when you're connecting to others, because just that fire energy, depending on your alignments, you can be really influenced to be real transformative right now. This type of alignment is a real transformative alignment. People that have the, once again, the sun in Aries, or moon in Leo, Mars in Aries, that type of trine, this person's always creating opportunities to put their to react and respond to their passions, and they could do it in a dynamic, real expressive way. Okay, so it's very transformative in a positive detriment when you see the individuality, the creativity, and the aggression and passion, you know, backing and supporting it. But for the most part, them type of energies is transformative, period. The Aries energy, the Mars energy, that's a transformative energy, period. Leo's dealing with a consistent way of dealing with creatively expressing themselves and how they want themselves to be seen and be presented. So, you know, they're consistent with that. So we're going to feel real, you know, compelled and damn near stubborn with the ways that we feel like being seen at the moment. All right, so family, those are the energies for the week. Let's stay on our P's and Q's. I will be putting out a full moon in Cancer video for all signs, and I'll be going live for all signs to understand that energy transiting the houses. All right, y'all already know the vibes, man. More content coming up this week. Okay, check out the Patreon and all that, and see if it's a, you know, community you want to hop in and build with your geyser. Okay, until next time, family, peace.